about it.
We've touched on Lori Daybell a little bit. I know we don't have that much time left, but tell us what the latest update was this morning.
Okay, so Lori Daybell filed her notice of appeal, and that's more of a formality. We haven't seen more details other than that, but she's filed notice of appeal on her 2 murder conspiracy convictions here in Arizona. She's waiting to be extradited to Idaho. At some point, that's going to happen. We're trying to keep up to date and keep on top of that. She's going to serve the rest of her life in prison. But yeah, she obviously, these were quick trials. She represented herself as her own attorney. And now she's basically filing her notice of appeal and has a new attorney. She's indigent, so it's whoever she gets as a public defender is assigned to her. And we can talk a little bit more about that after the break if you want to. I don't know how much time you have.
I know we kind of opened the can on that. So, yeah if we could just to hang in there for a second and get a little more clarity on it.
Yeah, for sure.
Interesting ride.
It is.
Well, you're watching Fox 10 Talks. Hang with us after.
So we were just chatting right at the end there. We started getting to the Lori Vallow case and where we are at this point. The key thing I feel like I keep hearing from you, Justin, you keep stressing is she's going to serve the rest of her life, every day of the rest of her life in prison. There's also all of these other complications going on too, though.
Exactly. We're just waiting for this. Is supposed to be the end, but we expected an appeal to be filed after she was sentenced on July 25th for conspiring in the murder of her 4th husband and the attempted murder of her former nephew-in-law. She was basically given 20 days to file a notice of appeal. She's made that deadline, and so this seems to be a formality. She has an appeal in Idaho as well for the murder convictions there regarding her 2 children, J.J. Vallow, Tylee Ryan, and in the conspiracy in the murder of Tammy Daybell, who was married to her now husband, Chad Daybell, who's on death row. So she will be somewhat closer to Chad, 2 different Idaho prisons. Chad's also in the same prison as Brian Kohberger, except Chad is on death row. So we're just waiting for this really to end. Once she's booked back into the Pocatello Women's Correctional Center. But this is a formality, basically.
Speaking of Brian Kohberger, which I thought was interesting this morning, the reporting that was out that the fellow inmates in the prison that Kohberger had asked the guards, hey, please have these inmates stop harassing me and making life hell for me here. And it's, sir, you're in prison right now.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting.
I don't see how that'll work. But so we have been checking in with MCSO, and they don't discuss, law enforcement doesn't want to give extradition details or plans. So you sort of try to work around that as journalists. So we, reach out